If you had to choose a dorm to stay in, which one would it be and why? Ijnihide, no questions asked. Harslavio has a lot of rules, and since I have a terrible memory, I would have to be collared like every 2 seconds. Savannah Claw is all about exercising, and I hate exercising, so I would hate Savannah Claw. I don't trust myself around the Tweels or Azul, so I don't want to go to Octavanel. I hate hot weather, so no to Scaravia. Vil would have a cardiac arrest the moment he laid his eyes upon me, so I wouldn't survive Pomfior. And Diasomnia has the ugliest greens I have ever had the misfortune of laying my eyes upon, so not Diasomnia. Ijnihide probably has really good air conditioning, really good internet, and its color scheme is black and blue, which are my favorite colors, so Ijnihide is my choice. Who is your husband in the game? So my favorite character is Adia, but I don't really sim for him. I just really like him a lot, and he's my favorite. I do sim for Vil and Leona the most because what can I say? I think they're really hot. So I would probably say Leona and Vil. Now, if you're talking about outside of Twisted Wonderland, then
Hola, cariño. What's an angel like you doing it all by yourself?
Okay, moving on. How did you discover your passion for fashion? I would say it probably started around in the 2nd grade because at the time I got an operation on my foot, and so I couldn't do anything except lay in bed. But my parents did gift me Barbie coloring pages, a lot of crayons, and a sketchbook. And so usually my days would consist of either coloring in Barbie coloring pages or drawing a bunch of dresses while listening to All Around the World from Lilith's Pet Shop. And I think that kind of started a dream I would have where I wanted to be a fashion designer. Around the 4th to 6th grade, I completely stopped having that dream of being a fashion designer though, because I think the most of us, I had a not like other girls phase where I didn't like pink or girly things. So I didn't want to be a fashion designer. It wasn't on my mind back then. I actually wanted to be an artist and a writer and pursue something like that. But around 10th grade, I wasn't really so sure if I wanted to be a writer and artist as a career. I think I wanted to keep that more as a hobby. Around that time too, I think that's when I rediscovered my interest in fashion and stuff, because around that time, in the 10th grade, we had a project where we had research about our careers, and I just picked fashion design because that wasn't my fashion interest was starting to pick back up. And after doing researching on that project, along with watching a bunch of fashion analysis and fashion design videos and looking up a bunch of fashion stuff, that's when I rediscovered my dream of wanting to be a fashion designer again. If you hadn't paired Vil with Carmen, who would have been Carmen's partner? So when I first made Carmen into a Twisted Wonderland OC, I don't think I originally planned to ship her with one of the boys, but after a while, I think I was pretty set on picking Vil for her for reasons I'll explain later. But sometimes I do wonder what it would be like if I had paired her up with Leona. So I think if I hadn't paired her with Vil, I think I probably would have paired her up with Leona. What's your favorite and least favorite chapters? So the weird thing is that I don't really have a chapter that I'm super excited about or I super love. But if I had to say which was technically my favorite, I would probably say Octavanel or Scaravia. I don't really have a good enough reason. It's just kind of I just really like it kind of moment. I don't really have like a specific reason. Now for my least favorite chapter, I would definitely say it was Savannah Claw. Not only did I just not really like the writing, especially compared to like Heart Slave Yo, which was right before it, but like I just think Leona was just done really dirty. Granted, I don't have any siblings, so I don't get or relate to his inferior sibling complex a lot, but I just wish we got more about like what was going on. And the one thing I just wish they added to was like how his parents were like involved in this, because bro, his whole saying was that everyone loved his brother, but no one really liked or cared about Leona. So why is it that the guy whose whole thing is about sibling favoritism, we don't know anything about his parents other than the fact that currently his dad is sick? Like, it doesn't make sense. When is Carmen and Bills' wedding? And can I be the priest? They have their wedding in their mid-20s, so like 24, 25, or 26 is their age when they get married. And yes, you can be the priest. Shall this Sir Dyer Crowley, or what we call a bitch in the ass in the mid-centuries in your universe, shall receive divine punishment by the divine principle? Yes, he shall be punished. Would you like a cookie? Yes, I would like a cookie very much, thank you. What's your favorite travel event and which location? Definitely Ferris City. It's definitely because of my love for fashion that it's one of my favorites. And especially because like, I don't know, it's a fun event where the boys go shopping for clothes and makeup. And also we get to meet Bill's really hot dad. And also I really like the outfits. I wasn't really sure about the brown outfits at first, but I've grown to like them. And obviously Bill looks amazing because of course he does. So that's why it's my favorite of the travel events. The Coral Sea event is like a close second. Whenever you go on vacation, what types of souvenirs do you normally like to get? So the thing is, I usually don't get souvenirs. Most of my vacations have been going to visit my family in Mexico, and I usually don't buy anything there. So I usually don't bring souvenirs. Which Eastern activity from Sam's New Year's sale event is your favorite? Or which one would you want to try playing and winning? So I don't know if this one counts, but I would probably do the fortune cookie one. But that's basically just because like I like fortune cookies and how they taste. So I would just want an excuse to eat a fortune cookie because I really like them. Are you at least somewhat knowledgeable in programming? Nope. Not in the slightest. What style do you want to wear the most? My wardrobe generally consists of like shirts and shorts because that's usually what I just prefer wearing. But if I had to pick, probably either like old money aesthetic clothing or like ball gowns because I want to feel like a pretty princess, but I'm just too lazy to put on a dress and doll myself up and all that. If you could make any of your Twist OCs canon, which one will it be other than Carmen? I don't really have an OC that I like really want to be in Twisted Wonderland, but if I had to pick, I would probably say Esmera, and that's because like I really want to see a Twisted Esmeralda, because let's be real, a Twisted Esmeralda would be a really hot guy. Fashion-wise, what's your fave time period if you have one? This is kind of like a personal opinion, but I feel like luxury fashion brands like back in like the 90s and 80s were like the best time of fashion. Like it was peak fashion. Like nowadays, like it's just like they want to see who can come up with like the weirdest shit possible. But like the 80s and 90s, like oh my gosh, that was amazing fashion. I miss it. Have you ever seen Witch and or Angel Friends? I've heard of the both shows, especially heard of Witch. It's just that like neither show has really interested me much. I might consider like watching Witch one day, but it hasn't really interested me much. But I have heard good things about it. What fashion aesthetics are your favorites to put characters, OCs, or otherwise in? I have like 3 aesthetics that I like to put my characters in the most. 1, like old money kind of fashion. 2, like super frilly princessy sort of fashion. And 3, I don't know if it counts as like goth or punk, but I like that kind of fashion too. Any other media under the Disney IP you would be interested in seeing in Twisted Wonderland, even if it would never happen? Yes, I do have a couple of Disney IP stuff that I would want to see in Twisted Wonderland. One of them is a Peter Pan type of event, but specifically, I want one where the main Halloween character guy is Twisted Captain Hook. I loved Jake and the Neverland Pirates and the Disney Fairy stuff when I was really young, and it stuck with me. And I really want a Twisted Captain Hook. I know I already have an OC that's Twisted Captain Hook, but I don't care. I don't care about the overlap. I really want a Twisted Captain Hook, and I really hope it's one of the Halloween guys and we get this like pirate themed event. I really want that. Another one I really want is like more Disney princess related stuff. I know we got one of Rapunzel recently, which was a big lackluster, but hey, the outfits were cute. So I want to see more Disney princess stuff, specifically Cinderella, because she is my favorite Disney princess. And another one I can list off the top of my head, I would love a Lost in the Book event with the Aristocats or the Rescuers. Either one of those, I would really love to see a Lost in the Book event with them. And with the Aristocat one, I really hope the Disney character the boys get to meet is Marie. I want them to meet Marie so badly. If you created your own NRC or RSA dorm, which Disney movie / character would you base it off of, and what would the aesthetic be? So fun fact, I'm actually working on a project where I develop Royal Sword Academy more, and I do already have like 7 characters that I picked out for the dorms. Granted, I haven't worked on it much, so I don't have like a super clear aesthetic on which for each dorm, but I am working on it. I don't know if I would want to make an NRC dorm, but if I were to make one, I would probably say a Captain Hook type of dorm, because like he's like my favorite villain, and especially because of like childhood reasons. So, and obviously this would be like a pirate themed dorm with like probably like a pirate ship, like maybe the dorm's like this huge ship or something, and like there's like lots of treasure and stuff and all that. And like obviously the uniform would kind of resemble a pirate and stuff. That's what I would imagine for like a Captain Hook type of dorm. Favorite and or least favorite season of Winx Club and why? So for my favorite season, I would probably say like 2 and 3 are my favorite, but I think specifically 3 because like I really like the Enchantix forms and I liked like the story and all the drama. I think it was all really nice. For my least favorite, I would probably say like 6 and onwards. Like 4, it's just kind of like meh to me. I don't really care about it, but I wouldn't say it's super bad. 5, like it has the benefit of me liking it because it focuses on like mermaids and sirens, and I really like mermaids and sirens, and I really like the Sirenic song too. And I feel like if it had like better writing, like it would work out really well. But I just feel like 6 and onwards was just kind of like, it's just kind of awful, and I don't really like any of them. Why do you ship Vil with Carmen? So it originally kind of started out as kind of like a little hee hee ha ha ship because Carmen really hates apples. It's her least favorite food. So I thought it'd be kind of funny to ship her with Vil because, you know, he's the twisted evil queen and stuff. But then, like, you know, as time went on, I did really like shipping them. Especially because, like, my favorite ship is opposites attract. Like, majority of my ships are opposites attract. I love it so much. And Vil is like this confident diva, and Carmen's this like really timid, quiet girl, and so I started shipping them a lot more, and so that's why I ship Vil and Carmen a lot. What's your favorite or one of your favorite outfits that you've drawn? I don't really have like too many outfits that I'm like super proud of or I like really like, but I'll put them on screen. Not really for a specific reason, I just really like the outfits. What's your favorite event? The Tsum Tsum event. Fat, round little beans. There's no more that has to be said. I'm guessing you're trying to ask which drawing I'm the most proud of. And I would say it's like this picture up here that I'm showing. There's not really like a specific reason. I just like really like how it turned out and stuff. Which Twisted Wonderland OC of yours is your favorite? It's definitely Carmen, especially because I've had her since like the 4th or 5th grade. She's my oldest OC that I still use. She was in like 2 different projects before I put her into Twisted Wonderland. I like put her into Pokemon first, and I put her in this like really cringy murder mystery story, and then I put her into Twisted Wonderland. But if I can't say Carmen, then I would probably say Angel is my favorite. I don't really have like a specific reason. He's just kind of like that OC that like you like keep adding more lore into and like you love working on and stuff. That's kind of like Angel for me. I just like really like working on him and adding more lore and stuff compared to like my other Twist OCs.